Spring break.
Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure you got your headphones off. Turn off YouTube. So Ira.
YouTube's.
Turn it off.
No, it's plural
Right,
because I'm
they're
not
not.
sure.
YouTubes.
Oh, so multiple YouTubes.
Wait. Is this
What's up, guys?
Okay. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working with radicals. Anybody know what a radical is?
Somebody that's.
It's me. I'm radical.
Radical. So a radical. As soon as my stupid things start changing. Come on.
Give it a
Come on.
sec, give it a sec.
Which one of you guys broke my pin?
I don't know.
You.
Gogi. Is this lesson gonna be rad?
Oh, it will be.
Are we so radical?
Are you got it? You got it?
The
Pen?
drasticals.
Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright, so a radical is actually, you see the square root? That's a radical. This is called the radical symbol. So sometimes I might not say square root, I might say radical, and that's what I mean. So there's actually different kinds. This is a square root, right? This is a cube root. This is a fourth root, and then it keeps going. We are only working with square roots today, but a square root is a radical, so I might go back and forth when I say it. Alright, and these are kind of special when we look at radicals. So I have square root of 24, right? If you plug that into Desmos, you've got Desmos right there, DeAndre. You get-
4.89.
Yeah, okay, get a big decimal, right?
I hate you all.
When we do this, radicals are a little interesting in that way. I can split up square root of 24 into two other radicals. What if I were to change 24 to be 6 times 4? That still equals 24, right? And then, if I were to split it up, because radicals are kind of special, I can split this up to be the square root of 6 times the square root of 4. So, you can split apart radicals, like this. And after we do this, do you know what the square root of 6 is?
2.
No.
Then I'm
2. What about the square root of 4?
That's 2.4.
That one's 2.
2.
It's 2.4.
Square root of 4 is 2, right?
Yeah.
So, the reason we might want to split these up is because, hey, I took out a square root of 4, which is really 2. It's a 2 square root of 6. Square root of 24 is the same thing as 2 square root of 6.
What?
Equals.
Because we split it apart, and I did a square root, I know. I know what the square root of 4 is, right?
Yeah.
That's 2. I don't know what the square root of 6 is, but that's fine, because I simplified this a little bit more, and got 2 square root of 6.
How'd you get the 2? Where'd you get the 2 from?
Square root of 4.
Oh, okay.
So you're just leaving the.
So what we're going to be doing is actually mostly we're going to be doing this today. We're going to practice it more in a slightly different way here soon. I'm just kind of doing a basic intro,
Oh.
and then we can go the other way too, right? Do you know what the square root of 8 is?
Nope.
No. How about square root of 2?
No.
Okay, but I can put square roots together. I can put the 8 and 2 inside one big square root,
1.4.
and 8 times 2 is 16, right? What's the square root of 16?
4.
4. That equals 4. So this is why we mess around with radicals, because they simplify. Square root of 8 times square root of 2 is really 4. Kind of go back here, you're clicking on something.
I was looking away.
It wasn't looking up.
Reading, I can go, because I was gonna make a
Are
joke.
you playing Fortnite?
I was like, this is so bad.
Are you playing Rainbows? Are you playing UFC 3?
Okay. So what we're going to be doing today is mostly this piece right here. And we're actually going to do it in slightly different than this. I just kind of gave you a nice little intro here. So we are going to, oh actually that's right, we're going to practice simplifying some of these first.
7.
Alright, let's look at these. Do we know what square root of 5 is?
It's 2.2.
2.5.
Well yeah, it's a decimal,
5
right?
times 5 is
All right.
25. Square root of
So we're going to put it
25 is
inside one big,
Oh.
and go 5 times 5, right?
Yeah.
five. Answer's
Yeah.
5.
Which is
25.
square root of 25. What's the square root of 25?
5.
5. Hey, easy. Alright, do you know what square root of 27 is?
3.
It's 5.2.
9. 7.
And it's decimal, right? So let's put inside one big square root. 27 times 3,
I don't want to do
which
that.
is going to be, let's see, 75, 2, 4, 6, 81.
Yeah, it's 9.
And we know what square root of 81 is. It's 9.
27 times 3.
Yay. And my last example is actually really bad, because what's the square root of 4?
2. And the square
What's the square root of 49?
7.
What's 2 times 7?
14.
That was a terrible example. I'm going to have to fix this one.
No, then.
Too late. Fix this.
No, I already put it down.
We'll put that right there. Next class won't get it so easy.
No. No.
Next time I teach this lesson, I'm gonna be in trouble. Alright, I got this.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
Are you writing it down?
so, what we're gonna be doing mostly though is simplifying radicals that aren't nice. That aren't as nice. So I have square root of 160, right? Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split up 160 into as small a numbers as possible. You guys remember when we did the GCF? And we
Yeah.
made that big list?
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. We're gonna make a list.
82.
So,
Man.
160 is the same thing as 2 times 80, right?
Yeah.
And can't I split 80 up into
40.
2 times 40? And let's keep going.
20, 10,
4.
2 times 20,
Then times 10.
which is
5.
2 times 10,
2 times
which is
5.
2 times 5, right?
Or just 2.
So,
And then
160 is
2.5
really
times
2
2
times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to rewrite 160 with that inside of the new square root here, or inside of the square root with my new numbers. So I'm going to go square root of, I'm going to have to make a really big square root symbol. 2 times 2 times 2 times another 2. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, another 2, and then a 5, right? Okay, I rewrote this. This is still 160. I just split it up in small pieces. So, another one. DeAndre, turn off your
No,
YouTube.
no, no, YouTube. We're talking about.
That other tab you got right there.
This is too much.
Okay. So, one thing, or a way we can simplify these square roots is, if I have a pair of numbers, I have a pair of 2's right here, right? What happens when I have a pair of numbers inside a square root is,
Common.
they will get kicked out by my square root, and when they get kicked out, it's like one of them goes away. Or it's like you shove them both together and they get kicked out.
Oh,
A 2 is going to get kicked out. Another pair of
Which
2's
is gonna be
is going
2
to get
times
kicked
5.
out.
So it's gonna be square root of 10.
So, square roots, whenever you have pairs of numbers inside square roots, they get kicked out. So, I had a pair of 2's, a 2 is going to get kicked out, and these are gone. I had another pair of 2's,
Bakery.
the 2's are going to get kicked out, or a 2 is going to get kicked out, and the pair is gone. Do I have another pair of numbers that are the same number?
Nope.
No.
Cut it.
Alright, so, we are going to multiply everything that we got kicked out, everything that got kicked out, and everything that's left over. A 2 and a 2 got kicked out, right?
So you're gonna do
2 times 2 is 4.
4 times 4.
And then I'm going to have the
times
square root, and I'm going to multiply everything left. What's left inside?
10.
2 times 5, right?
Yeah.
Which is 10. The simplified form of the square root of 160 is 4 square root of 10. And we're going to go over this, so don't worry. It's kind of
That's
weird.
it?
It's kind of weird. Read it. You call me Branson?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Wow.
We're done, you're on your own. No more.
Alright, you better just drop out of school now.
Yeah.
Alright, so we are going to work on simplifying radicals and square roots. Okay, but it's going to be the same process. So let's start with square root of 72. We're going to split 72 into as small numbers as possible. So what times what is 72?
Oh, there's
36
another logged
times
up.
2.
Alright,
I wanted to
let's
see
go
which
2
sign-
times 36,
which sign
right?
would be on when I got home.
Alright, how can I split up 36?
Are you gonna do 3 times?
6. It'd be 6. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Because
sure.
6 times 6 is
Or
36.
6 times 6 is 36, right?
Yeah, man.
So I'm going to go 6 times 6, but hey, can I split up this 6 as what?
3 times 3.
3 times 2?
Oh, yeah.
And same thing with this 6, right?
Yep.
3 times 2. So I split these up as small as possible.
What
Hey,
happened?
get on PlayStation Network. Nerd.
I'm on there.
Yeah, he's on there.
Roy, dude, why are you ratting yourself out, Roy? Okay,
He's
so I'm going to make a big
He's
square root
stuck
here,
right
and I'm going to rewrite 72.
I love you.
So I'm going to have a 2
Yeah.
times 3 times 2 times 3 times 2. Come on, 3 times 2. Okay, my square root, whenever I have a pair of numbers, my square root's going to kick them out, and whatever gets kicked out, I'm going to write out in front. So I have a pair of 2's here, right?
Yep.
So they're going to get kicked out, and we're going to put a 2 in front.
Yeah.
And I have a pair of 3's, right? Those 3's are going to get kicked out, and I'm going to put it here in front. Okay. We're gonna multiply together everything that got kicked out, and we're gonna multiply everything left. But is anything left other than this 2?
Just no.
No, so we're not gonna actually multiply. So out front, I have 2 times 3, which is
6.
6, right? And then I've got my square root symbol, I got 2.
That's not a 2.
That's 2 now.
That's a 2.
I
That's
guess.
it. So, pairs of numbers get kicked out,
That's a
and whatever gets kicked out, I'm gonna write out in front. A pair of 2's got kicked out, I wrote it out in front. A pair of 3's got kicked out, I wrote it out in front. Multiply together whatever got kicked out, multiply whatever's left, and that's your final answer.
Are you sure?
I am.
Are you sure?
I am. So my final answer is 6 square root of 2. That is the simplified form of square root of 72.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah?
Yeah, for reals.
So it's 8.5.
No, leave it in
Yeah.
square roots. I don't want any decimals today. No decimals.
Yeah.
No decimals?
No decimals. Absolutely no decimals. You write a decimal down and be like, nope, it's wrong.
Oh, well then.
What if it's the right decimal?
Oh, dang it.
No, wrong. All right, let's do another one. We're gonna do the simplified form of the square root of 48.
Okay,
So let's start. We gotta split up 48.
It would be 6, right? Again?
6 and 8.
224. 224.
There's a bunch of ways we can do it.
224.
All
4 and
right,
12.
all right, Lucas, what is yours?
2
Pick
times
yours.
24.
2 times 24. So you're gonna get the
Oh,
final answer you get is gonna be the same either way. Just let's make it easy.
2
All right.
times 12.
24. Let's split up to be 2 times 12. Okay.
2
12.
times
How many
6.
split up?
2 times 6.
And then last
Times
one,
3.
split 6 is gonna be split up like
2 times 3.
2 times 3.
2 times 1.5.
All right. So I split up 48, right? So I'm gonna make a brand new radical. It's gonna be really big.
Radical.
And it's going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3.
2 times 2.
Alright.
So
Lily,
put 4 there. Put 4.
what's a pair of numbers that's going to get kicked out?
2.
We're going to get a pair of 2's that's going to get kicked out, right?
Oh, so 2 squared.
And I'm going to put that 2 out in front. DeAndre, what else is going to get kicked out? Another pair of 2's, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
6.
Alright. Is there anything else going to get kicked out there?
You're a liar.
Nope. Alright. So, I wrote down 3.
you were done.
Hang on.
Malicious.
It's a 2.
Oh,
My bad. I wrote
We
down
haven't
3
kicked it
accidentally.
down.
Okay.
Oh.
So, Greg, what am I going to do after I kicked out everything I could?
You multiply.
Yep, what do I get when I multiply?
4.
And then I'm going to go square root, and then what's left over?
It's a 3.
We're done.
Oh.
So it's 32.
4 square root of 3.
2 times 25.
Alright, I want you to simplify square root of 50 on your own.
Wait, dude, but come here though.
Yeah.
Cause like,
Huh?
I can't.
Oh, look at that good food I make.
Unless you want decimals.
You can simplify 25. What time
It's a cake.
Is that, what's that? What's stuff that you have at
Oh, wow.
breakfast? And it's
But that's it
you
though.
like make
Yeah, that's it.
Hey,
That was
Goki,
really
what's that
easy.
one thing you
I
have
know,
for
5
breakfast?
times.
It's like, not eggs, it's not bacon, it's
Hash
Six.
browns?
hash browns.
So like,
Great
Yeah,
minds
that's,
think
that's
alike.
what, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. There's a store called Roylicious Bagel Bakery.
What?
That's weird, man. Alright, do your in-class problem.
Yeah, right.
What?
What?
Oh, Roy!
Hey,
Look at
come
all
on.
these
Do your
goodies.
in-class
you
problem.
know those goodies, right?
Yes.
Goody,
So you
goody.
split it, right? So
No, so you
Look,
do 2
see,
times
that's
25, and then you do 5 times 5, and then you do 5 times
That's me
5.
right there.
And
Mhm.
then leave it. 2 times 5 times 5, and then double 5.
I made it look like, like,
That'd be
you know,
five
just to
square
make it look like.
You're like, hey,
What the heck?
Anyways.
I can ask
I
her for you.
purposely made it look that way.
I can ask her
I
for
made
you.
it like to make it look
Okay,
that way.
wait.
Yeah, what?
Can I just real quick?
After the lesson, we're almost
Go
done.
back.
We're almost done. We're not done yet though.
Okay, yeah, hold it, dude.
Alright, you better get started then. How are we gonna split up 50, Ira?
That's not gross.
2 times 25.
That isn't gross.
Which
That's
is-
freaking
what's
bagel
25?
right there.
5.
Is that?
95, right?
That's a bagel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, what's gonna get kicked out, Ira?
5.
Okay. 5 got kicked out, right? Anything else?
Did you sign in?
No.
No. Okay, so what am I gonna have on the outside?
What?
What am I gonna have on the outside?
5 times 5. Or 25. Right?
Wait.
Well, okay.
What?
A pair of fives got kicked out, right? But I'm only gonna write down one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should be
So I
five
kicked out
square root
5,
Oh,
I'm going to write out 5.
okay.
Yep. So we're gonna go 5, and then square root, and what's left inside my square root?
Two.
On my other one.
Anything else?
I don't know. They never
That's
said
it.
anything.
I'll go.
Alright, let me see, is there...
Give us the homework.
Alright, oh, one last thing. Okay. So it'll be quick, I promise, Larry.
Okay, hurry.
Okay, we'll actually... Okay, we're gonna do the simplified form of 2 squared 56, right? Okay, if there's a number outside already, we're gonna multiply that number by everything else that got kicked out. So 56 is going to be 7 times 8.
Really?
8 is 4 times 2. 4 is 2 times 2, right?
Stop. Stop.
It's not that, just
What,
patience.
what is happening?
Okay, we are simplifying 2 square root 56. There's already a 2 on the outside, right? Already a 2 right there, right? So I'm going to simplify 56 like normal. So I'm going to go square root. I simplified it here. 7 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? Everybody with me so far?
No.
Okay. All I'm doing is simplifying square root of 56 like normal.
Hey,
Okay.
Take
What's
it.
gonna get kicked out?
twos.
Pair of 2s, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. A pair of 2s got kicked out.
2 times 2 is 4.
And I had a 2 already out in front, right?
Yeah.
Whatever's out in front, you also just put back down. So I had a 2 out in front already. I'm going to put the 2 out in front again.
14.
So I have a 2 times 2 out in front is 4, and then square root of 14. So there's a 7 times 2 left. Yep. So if there's a number on the outside already, bring it down here at the very end, just about.
Okay, John.
We multiply
Go,
stuff
Ira. Go, go, go.
Guess you're cleaning my carpets.
He makes it.
All right. You got your exit ticket on the board. Do it on your paper. I will turn on Scredit and then put your homework on Google Classroom. Lots of time to finish it today.
Oh, wow, that's simple.
You're simple, right?
Simplified.
Okay,
What he
125.
just called you